There is something about a good hammock that just gets you in the mood to make a video for the second day in a row. Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. For like I said, when I was chilling out in my favourite hammock in the gaff, second video in 2 days. If you haven't seen yesterday's video, it's the start of a new 3-part series that I'm going to be doing this week, where we talk about how Chelsea can adapt each individual position in order to build a team next season to fight for the Premier League title. We went through the defence. It's the one that's been most commonly requested, because I'm always talking about Jadon Sancho. I brought up Neymar, which was a bit of a stupid one. Defence is definitely something where we know investment needs to be made. So go and check that video out, and also subscribe to the George Benson football channel if you haven't already. There are new people watching these videos every single day that aren't clicking the subscribe button, so I'd like to ask you to do so. We're getting close to 100k, and I would love to have a little party, even amongst this whole pandemic. I'm going to start a new little thing. We've got 6 things that we learn, which is the most popular series here on the channel, other than the match vlogs. It's what I do after the games. It's my little match review with a little twist, where we've got red boxes, yellow boxes, green boxes. Today, we're not really going to add boxes, but we're going to talk about 4 different things. So I guess you could say this is just like any other regular Chelsea news video, but breaking news, I'm wearing our new 3rd kit. I mean, I watched my good friend Jan's video the other day, and he was talking about the release on footyheadlines.com of the supposed 3 kits that Chelsea will have next season. And if you take a look at the 3rd kit, which pretty sure Jan's face says it all here for this one, to be quite honest, it looks a little bit like my shirt, doesn't it really? So I thought I'd wear the most wacky shirt I've got. What on earth is this? Some people might like this, and of course, I want to know what you guys think about these kits in the comments down below, but it looks as though Hakim Ziyech has signed for Crystal Palace as opposed for Chelsea. I don't know what it is about making these 3rd kits as extravagant as humanly possible. Come on. I'm very much a man who likes simple things when it comes to kits. You saw it if you watch my pre-season kit previews. I just want to see something simple. I don't want to see us going for, you know, Crystal Palace over the past however many years. This kit is Crystal Palace. There's no other way of looking at it. I'd probably still get it because I'm a Chelsea fan and I like to wear Chelsea shirts in my spare time. But come on, guys. Seriously, Nike, I love you, but can we not do this one? So we take a look at the away kit, which is the white kit, and I actually really like this one. I don't think Azpilicueta, in the images that have been put together here, is kind of like foreshadowing that Azpi doesn't like it by this ever so slightly bewildered facial expression, let's just call it that. But I think the 3 logo is actually something I quite like, which goes against the contrary of popular opinion upon social media when Chelsea announced that 3 would be their new shirt sponsor from the beginning of next season. I actually quite like it, and I think this design concept that we can see here on the white kit is something that I actually quite like. And if we transfer it over as well to the home kit, I don't think this is all that bad either. I don't think it is necessarily as good as this season's kit. I really like this season's Chelsea kit, but it's okay. You know, I'm not the kind of person who deals with change with football kits very well. You know, I don't think the whole changing the concept every single year to make the past one completely irrelevant is something that I fully endorse, but it's the way that football is, and if I was to sit here complaining about it every day, then I wouldn't be enjoying football the way I do now, because there's so much money involved in football, and stuff like kit deals is kind of the reason why clubs like Chelsea can afford to buy the best players. So I'm just going to shut up here, and you can enjoy my flipping pink shirt for the rest of the video. Alright, so thing number 2, and I guess the more professional way of saying it would be topic numero 2, comes from the YouTube comments. Now I'm going to start trying to put some more of you guys' comments in the videos, because you guys actually leave me a lot of comments, which I'm very grateful for, so thank you for that. This one is from a chaparoonie, if I can open my photos, from a chap called Stoner04. I hope you're enjoying your quarantine, Mr. Stoner. George, today Lampard followed Mertens on Instagram. Wondering eyes. Check for yourself if you don't believe me. So you know what I did? I checked for myself, and Frank Lampard does in fact follow Dries Mertens on Instagram. People can look into these kind of things. It's the way that social media has brought in a new element to transfer rumours. Like if Jadon Sancho likes one of Tammy Abraham's posts, we immediately think that on the pendulum of where Jadon Sancho's going to go, because he liked Tammy Abraham's post today and he didn't like Paul Pogba's post yesterday, people are thinking Sancho's going to Chelsea. It's just one of the barometers that people use nowadays to measure a transfer rumour. Now, Frank Lampard following Dries Mertens, if we take a look at social media the way it is, Frank doesn't actually follow that many people. So maybe the fact he was following Mertens is a sign that Frank Lampard is just trying to psychologically get into the Belgian's head to try and force him to choose a move to Chelsea over any other suitors of potential interest. So, thank you for the comment, Stoner. I'm not going to address the Mertens situation that much more. I've already spoken about it. I think he'd be a great acquisition for Chelsea come the summer on a free agent. Speaking of free agents, we're going to talk about another one in a moment. So topic number 3 was an announcement made a couple of days ago that no professional sport, even behind closed doors, will be staged in England until the 1st of June at the earliest. The government has announced. So professional sport, surely that means we can see Spurs and Arsenal play a couple of games no, it was a bad joke, wasn't it, really? So what this basically means is we know that the Premier League were looking to kick things off behind closed doors on the 8th of June. I also made a video about this last week as well, and it's something that got a lot of mixed receptions. I obviously gave my opinion saying that until the virus is under control, I don't even think we should be playing the game behind closed doors, but obviously for selfish reasons, I obviously want the football to come back because I miss it like a hole in my flipping head. Realistically, if the government have given the go-ahead, it means it would be legal for the Premier League to actually start the games from the beginning of June. And obviously the beginning of June is pretty close, but it's also quite far away in the bigger context of how this virus has developed, how it's spread, and how the case numbers have changed. So come the beginning of June, the UK may be seeing more of a downward curve, so therefore it would be less of a risk to the players involved. We've also got the issues of getting players back to match fitness. There's been questions raised about whether we'll see the same kind of quality. Having no fans in the stadium obviously changes things quite dramatically. I've seen games that have been played behind closed doors. Even though the overall goal is still just as big, the intensity never really seems to be the same. And I think a lot of that is psychological, down to what we look at from the fans making noise and hearing the reactions from certain moments builds the tension. The players fuel off the tension and then they progress into the next movement or the next attack or defense. So it's going to be very difficult to watch football play behind closed doors, knowing that it's still super important whatever the final result is. And hopefully Chelsea can finish in the top 4 to be back in the Champions League for next season. Now, the final topic that we're going to discuss today is something that has come up over the past few days. There's supposedly been interest from Chelsea in Manchester United's 19-year-old starlet, Gomes. He captained England under-18s to World Cup glory, and I think it was 2018. So the man's obviously a leader for his age, and he's a player who's come through the Manchester United Academy. He made his debut at 16 years old thanks to Jose Mourinho after what was supposedly a bit of a surprise to the teenager. He's stalled over signing a new contract at Manchester United. He's been offered 30 grand a week. I was reading something in the Mirror, which again, it is the Mirror, so we'll make of this whatever we will. But a lot of people are saying that Gomes is not quite the player that he might potentially be hyped up to be at Manchester United. So we've got this comment from Deshmuk LFC 007. Again, I think there could be an element of bias involved in this one. I'm guessing he's a Liverpool fan. Never heard of him, but surely overrated. I mean, if you've never heard of him, pal, then give the bloke a chance. Jeez. What kind of parent would name their child Angel? Like, if you agree, you'll never walk alone. Of course, he's a bloody Liverpool fan. No likes, 6 dislikes. This is the kind of level of content we've had to come to make at this stage. He really isn't that good, says Pinball Paolo. Cheers, pal. 1 dislike for that one as well. And the Quite one says, he's too little. Even that stick insect, useless, number 14 of ours, looks physically imposing alongside tiny Gomes. So you've got a United fan there, not really giving him too much credit. You've got a Liverpool fan trying to banter his way out of a flipping, I don't know what. And you've got Pinball Paolo, who gives us the incredibly educated instruction that he isn't in fact very good. Now, let's talk about this kind of transfer, and I actually put this out there on my YouTube community post. So if you guys aren't following my YouTube community posts, you should do so. I'm going to try and do at least one a day for topics that are trending in the football world to gauge you guys' opinion. So I put it out there saying that Chelsea is supposedly interested. So this is what you guys have had to say about signing Gomes. The first comment is from Arib Siddiqui. He's not going to improve the team. A bench player at best We'll have Mount, Pulisic and Ziyech in that position. A useless signing. Can't believe that many people would want him. We're going to talk about this now with my opinion. I'm looking at this. Free agent. Again, we've already spoken about the football economic climate. Free agents are something that Chelsea should be looking to invest in. But in this position, we've already got an abundance of young talent. And I think that Gomes' priority is going to be to play first team football. He's come up through the Manchester United Academy. He's from Salford. I think if he's going to move, he's going to move with a guarantee of first team football. And I don't think a guarantee is what he's going to get if he signs for Chelsea. I don't think Gomes would necessarily be interested in a move to Chelsea. But the other thing we've got to remember, Frank Lampard's Chelsea right now are one of the most attractive clubs in Europe for young players looking for an opportunity to actually come through, because obviously Frank has brought through so many young players this season. Gomes could be looking at that as a really attractive prospect. Bezo, hello mate. I'm working away. How was the gym?
Very well.
Good man. I'll see you soon. So for this very reason, Gomes could potentially be considering a move to Chelsea due to that attractive nature of young players being given opportunities. Me personally, I think we've already got so many players of higher quality already, and maybe even higher potential from the Chelsea Academy than Gomes. So for that reason, I'm actually out, but at the same time, free agent, we could loan him out. It could be one of the bargains of the decade. So for that very reason, let's just let it play out, shall we? Let me know what your thoughts are on that in the comments down below. I'm gonna wrap this video up here. This has been 4 topics for the day. I don't know what I'm gonna call the series. Give me some recommendations in the comments down below. Hope you're all doing good. Second video in a row today. I'm gonna post a third one in a row tomorrow. So I guess you could say finally, I'm back in the game. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.